So, hello everybody, and welcome back to your premier XFL talk show. This is XFL Live. I am your host, Mo Riggins. I'm here with my co-host,
Wayne. Yo, I'm out here.
Yo.
Once again, G, right back in it, man.
I don't know what it is about your intros, bro. They always get me every single time. Every time. But yes, that's right.
Unorthodox.
So, yeah, that's exactly what it is. But yeah, that's right. So, we're here. We're back. We're here to talk about the XFL. And man, did we see a lot of things happen in the XFL this week in Week 5?
It's just getting better and better.
And if not the games, at least the storylines.
Everything.
You
know, storylines,
everything is getting better.
Gameplay. We're seeing teams that last week I'm pretty sure. Is it fair to say that you're willing to recant your?
I spoke in simply hyperbole.
Yeah. Are you willing? Is that fair to say?
I think I need to recant my hyperbole.
I think the Dragons might have shown you something.
But I did say something a bit last week about how BJ Daniels does make them more attractive as a team. So I think he had something to do with it. But go ahead, come on. I mean,
he did. 64% of completion rate.
Percentage. Which we're going to talk about this week. We finally we have that eye test.
No interceptions, but no touchdowns. So what did he really do?
He had 2 rushing.
He was out there running. He was just out there running around.
Like I said, it's a dual threat quarterback league. He can get them down into the space and then do it with his legs.
Dual threat means you need to be. Wait, did he score rushing? Wow.
Yeah, he had 2 rushing touchdowns.
So dual threat.
He actually led the team in rushing.
So he's not a dual threat. He's a threat.
He's
not a dual threat.
He's a dual threat. But he had the completion percentage. So
but he didn't score, so he's a threat. He's not a dual threat. He has to score. Like, he has to be scoring in 2 categories.
All right, okay, fair enough.
For me to feel dually threatened, I am threatened for this man can score a touchdown 2 ways. Right now, he's a threat.
We'll save that. We'll save that talk for when we get to it. But I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
But there was so much that happened in the XFL this week. We had a game end early. We had a ref lose his job, essentially. We had a coach get injured. We had a brawl. Like, so much stuff happened in the XFL this week. What was the biggest headline to you this week, XFL wise?
I would say, I think I always go for like the easy answer here, huh?
You usually go for not the easy answer, but the most obvious.
It's the most true. It's usually the truest and unavoidable. And it's the referee situation. To me, that was just weird. That was just weird. And based on how they were playing, it looks like they could have possibly made something happen on that one play. I'm not saying it's for sure, but if a man has 300 yards in a game, give him a shot. Like,
definitely.
For a Hail, and it wasn't even going to be a Hail Mary situation, technically, right?
Yeah, they definitely had the opportunity to score on that play and kind of got. But that wasn't the only play we saw XFL officials messing up on this week. We saw in the Guardians game, we had the guy catching in the back of the end zone on the right side, get 2 feet in, and they did 2 feet at that. Not even just 1 foot.
The 2 feet
he
confused
got 2 feet in.
The 2 feet confused
So that's not like, was that 2 feet?
2 feet.
All right, so 1 feet equals touchdown.
Right.
So is 2 like no touchdown? Is that like a double negative?
It cancels it out.
It's a double negative of a touchdown.
Yeah. Can't be having 2 feet.
Nah, it's crazy.
The refs definitely was probably something that
I think it
was off. What would you say? Would you agree that it's the refs?
That's definitely an interesting headline because, like I said, one of their selling points of the XFL is that all plays are reviewable, and that was supposed to eliminate the criticism on officials.
So you're gonna review the end of the game, though?
Huh?
You're gonna review whether the game is over?
I mean, but that was the thing, was they should have stopped play, went to the review, and saw that the kneel came with 2 seconds left on the clock, and the clock didn't run out because of the change of possession.
Yeah.
So that is something that I feel like everything is supposed to be reviewable. It's supposed to limit these officiating errors.
Yeah.
And then we see 2 major officiating errors in the same week. So I think that's
in that same breath, in my opinion, man. Like, I've honestly never been a fan of that fake kneel stuff, man.
The fake kneel,
fake kneel stuff, man. Like,
I mean, because you're supposed
to. I've never been a fan of that. Like, I understand, like, there's aspects in football that allow you to try to do some type of trickery. You know, like you got to try to trick your opponents in some,
especially in this league
scenarios. Yeah, but that one is like, it's so cheap to me.
Yeah, it is. It is a cop out because you're doing it to run out clock.
Yeah,
it's supposed to give the other team less of a chance to do it. So it's not fair that you're going to set up in the victory formation and then just stand there and run out clock as opposed to
it's weird.
Yeah.
Like I completely understand it, like a punt situation.
It's kind of like going for a fake spike.
Yeah,
but then running the ball. Like, it's like
a fake spike is foolishness.
But even like a fake spike, it's supposed to be fake it and then immediate throw over the top.
No, you could do that. You could do that.
Yeah.
Like you could do, because you could just say that, oh, that was my ball fake. You know, like.
Well, yeah,
you could do a pass fake.
Yeah.
Quarterbacks do that all the time.
Yeah.
Sometimes when you do a hard pass fake, it may look like you're, because you're coming over the top.
Yeah.
So it may look like you're gonna throw the ball directly to the ground.
Yeah.
Which may be considered a spike, but
yeah,
to me, otherwise it's cheap, man. I completely understand in a punt situation, even in a kickoff situation, onside kicks, trying to do some type of trickery there. But for even a fourth down situation, you try to do, but in a victory formation, like what is it worth, bro? Like just run a play in that situation. You see what I'm saying? If it's that big of a deal for you, you should have just been trying to put more points on the board to completely avoid that.
That's a good point. It's a cheap out. It's a cop out. It's a cop out. It's a straight cop out. No. I agree. I agree totally that it's a straight cop out. I just don't feel as adamantly about it as you do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
What do you think about the other storyline? I think this would be.
I think the other major headline would have to be the.
I feel like we're on the same page here.
What do you think the other major headline is? Go ahead.
Now I don't think.
Now we're not on the same page.
Yeah, that look you gave me it wasn't reassuring.
Because I was going to say originally the players on I believe it was the Wildcats.
Oh yeah, we were not on the same page.
Okay, so what were you gonna say?
No, what were you gonna say?
So I was gonna say the players on the Wildcats who got the pick, and then they brought their camera over to the bench to talk to the players, and they're intentionally cursing on live television.
Oh yeah.
So I think that was a major headline because that's something that the XFL is using to try and gain viewership over other sports, and now they have players who are intentionally demeaning the whole point that the whole system that they're trying to use to get ahead. So I think that was a major headline. I don't know about the major headline, which is why I wanted to hear what you were going to say, but I think that was a major headline.
I'm going to speak very directly.
Oh.
No, not hyperbolically. Indirectly direct.
Okay.
I don't know why we choose to do things like this.
Yes.
You see what I'm saying?
I see what you're saying.
So anyone who hears this statement,
I do see what you're saying.
You can clearly infer certain things from this statement. I don't know why we choose to do things like this.
Yes.
It's just like it doesn't make any sense.
And to further expand upon your directly indirect statement, is when it happened earlier in the season, the guy who said it, they were going to brush that off to the side as, it was the heat of the moment.
Yeah, that was heat of the moment.
Heat of the moment. These guys, the camera was in their face. This isn't going to be seen as one of those instances. You know what I mean? They're definitely going to say these guys intentionally.
I'm not going to hit the nail right on the head, but there are some certain terms for this type of behavior,
Some unsavory terms.
Very unsavory terms.
Okay, I know what you're saying.
You couldn't. They couldn't bro.
Yeah.
Come on, bro. Why do we choose to put ourselves in those situations? And then, see, this sparks a whole other debate.
Yeah.
That's why this one, again, so you might have been right. I honestly, because especially
it sparks a debate. That's why, all the other headlines were kind of. I feel like they're headlines that are going to fade away. This is something that's going to keep reoccurring.
I think the DC Defenders headline to me was a little weird. I don't know if that's going to go away right now. That was a very weird situation with the head coach coming out and saying that we planned on benching.
That's what I was. I was going to say that.
That's
we were on the same page.
Because that one was very weird to read. That was a weird. That was a weird read. Even when I heard about it, because I heard about it earlier in the day, and it was just a weird situation. People talking about it on radio and stuff. It's just that's very weird. So I don't know if that goes away.
Yeah, I don't know about that either. I think that the DC Defenders coming out and saying that Cardale Jones is their starting quarterback moving forward was just a bonehead move. That's the worst move that the organization could have possibly made, especially since I feel like the fans are saying that they want to see other quarterbacks. So although Tyree Jackson didn't do that well, don't just come out and say, no, we're giving the ball right back to Cardale Jones. Just let us find out. Just let us find out. You don't have to say anything. You could have not said anything in that situation. So they just created a headline for no reason.
To be honest with you, especially when you look at the fact that Vince McMahon has already denied people like Josh Johnson who tried to do the same thing he did to the AAF. He agreed to do the XFL
and then tried to bounce.
And then he tried to bounce because he got an opportunity where he could back up somebody, which we'll go into that later. I have strong thoughts for every player in the XFL as far as this whole running off to the NFL situation.
Mm-hmm.
But Cardale Jones now, right?
Yes.
I feel like with that same situation where Josh Johnson tried to leave, Vince McMahon, I feel like he has something to do with this. In the sense that
with Cardale Jones being
because
Cardale Jones is one of the bigger names in the XFL.
No, not one of, bro. In reality, he is the most successful quarterback in this league.
Yes.
In the sense that he won the national championship at Ohio State, and he has this illustrious college career that he's like in essence a little bit of a legend.
Yes.
In Ohio State. You see what I'm saying? So I think Vince McMahon or somebody in the higher ups has something to do with it, and in the sense that they have to use his name for the remainder of the season and his face, and the fact that you're gonna bring a certain amount of people, into the fold just off of the fact.
It could very well be, like you said, that they're trying to bring college football fans onto the XFL as opposed to bringing NFL football fans onto it.
Exactly.
And that's why they need certain names like Cardale Jones to be the starter.
That's why they needed PJ Walker as well.
Yeah. So you're probably right. But I think it would be better for the league to have Cardale Jones go off to the wayside, because now you pointed out that, okay, yes, we were able to get a Cardale Jones, but Cardale Jones is not good enough to make it in this league. So we have to go out and search for other talent that is good enough to make it in this league. And
is that other talent Tyree Jackson?
No, that's not the guy I'm talking about, because he had his opportunity. I mean, I guess he didn't have a full 4 quarters.
He didn't have
the BJ Daniels eye test, but
I don't think he didn't have an opportunity on the level of Cardale Jones, because Cardale Jones went where? He went to the Bills.
But
right?
That's the thing. Tyree Jackson hasn't earned the opportunity to have his chance on the level of Cardale Jones. You know what I mean? Like, Cardale Jones has been given X amount of opportunities in X amount of places because of the things he's done. Tyree Jackson doesn't have the resume that Cardale Jones has. So that being said, I think that Tyree Jackson moving forward could be a Band-Aid for the DC Defenders.
Yeah.
But is it going to be anybody that the XFL is going to use to drive up their ratings in the future? However, Teabu, PJ Walker, Josh Johnson, these are all, I would even say Luis Perez, because he's in New York and doing well.
Yeah.
Not great, but well.
No.
He's doing all right. These are people that I feel like have the ability to drive up their ratings. Like even BJ Daniels in Seattle. I would say BJ Daniels even more than Luis Perez. But
I don't like
the other 4 teams, I would say, don't have quarterback play that's going to help drive the ratings. And I honestly put Cardale Jones on that list.
Looking here at Tyree Jackson, man, I'm pretty sure he's pretty young. I think he's pretty young.
Yeah.
He went to Buffalo. So, you see what I'm saying? This goes into a conversation I believe we had off the air, in the sense that I think we spoke about how the XFL needs to find those quarterbacks that didn't really have that hype behind their name. What if he's one of those dudes, 6'7", 249?
Yeah.
In reality, 6'7" has been proven nowadays to not be an actual prototypical NFL size. You see what I'm saying? Back in the day when we were coming up in like middle school, high school, that's what we're not old, by the way. Like, I graduated high school in like 2011. So for the record, like,
that was 2012. So.
Yeah, so we're not old men, but I'm just saying, even back when we were like in middle school, high school, like 2007, 8, 2006 and stuff.
Yes.
When people were looking for a quarterback, they were looking for Big Ben Roethlisberger.
Yes,
that
definitely.
Big body, Drew Brees, a lot of weight.
The Drew Brees mentality was, the I guess when we were younger, I would say the book that was out on Drew Brees was that he is still too small of a quarterback. To make it.
When we were in school, Drew Brees was still on the Chargers.
Yes.
Then they tried to send him to the Dolphins. Remember, the Dolphins wouldn't take him because of that injury. That's how he ended up.
That's how he ended up on the New Orleans.
You know what I'm saying? So back then, the short quarterback still was
frowned upon.
Yeah,
entirely.
It still was.
Not even
at that time, I believe, when we were coming up in school, our school days, I think Chad Pennington was like the best short quarterback in the league.
I will definitely give you that.
Like Chad
because it was definitely post Doug Flutie era, so.
Yeah, no, obviously, this was that was a little bit after we were like really paying attention. You know?
Yeah.
That was like a little bit. I'm sorry, a little bit before we were really paying attention. To football like that. Definitely. But so I would say that this 6'7" height, 249 is not a problem. That weight shouldn't really be a problem at quarterback. But I really don't believe that 6'7" is a good height for quarterbacks anymore, man. Like those really tall guys. We saw it with Brock Osweiler.
Yes,
this guy was like 6'8".
Yeah. But as you can see, and I don't even know, they just look awkward now at
huge
quarterback.
Targets, bro.
Like they're huge, yes, huge targets. And you can see that guy, you can tell where that guy's looking.
Yeah.
He's a big, you can tell exactly who he's looking at. You know what I mean?
Definitely.
So it's like, it's
as we spoke about
guys like this can learn to look off safeties. Like, that's not even going to help that much.
Bro, you're 6'7". We see.
And definitely in a league like this where we said multiple times, this is going to be a dual threat quarterback league.
Yeah.
A 6'7" dude isn't going to be
moving
down the field.
Bro, you're 6'7". That means if you're under center, you're like 6'1".
You're over center.
You're under center, you're like 6'1". Like we see you, guy. We know everything you're thinking.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If you walk up to the quarterback before you get under center and you're 6 feet tall, you get under center. If you go into center at 6 feet tall, you're walking up to center at like 5'11". No, not even. You're walking up to center. You're like 5'9".
You're like When
you crouch down, you're like 5'9".
Yeah. Well, I would say even some of these guys get down to 5'5", 5'6".
Yeah, 5'5", 5'6". I mean? Yeah, nobody can see you.
Some of these guys get real low.
Yeah, like come on, like 6'7". We see you. We see you. We know what you're doing.
Yeah.
So I'm not really sold on the height aspect. I think we spoke about this before. This was a while ago. I think we spoke about this one day. How the football has changed. I want to stop. I want to stop. I want to move away from exclusively saying the NFL, like, because the XFL is here. It's here now.
And it's still, that being said, not the only forms of football that we see. But
no, that's not the only forms.
But these are the main forms of football. NFL and XFL.
CFL, and this is another conversation for another day. I have a very strong feeling that the pool of players is gonna get even bigger because a lot of CFL guys want to be in the States.
Yes,
a lot of CFL guys want to play football over here in the States. They want to play under some type of American rules. I don't like the Canadian football rules with the receivers running before the play starts. I'm good on that. So I think a lot of those guys are going to try to come over here. Yeah. But we spoke about it one day in this about how the fact that football has changed. Period. Remember, again, when we were coming up in school, a linebacker to us was like a Ray Lewis.
Yes.
A Patrick Willis. A Brian Urlacher.
Basically the fastest defensive lineman you had on the field.
Yeah, like these huge, big body guys. A linebacker. I remember we were watching during the NFL season a while back, during this past season. Remember I was calling out to you. I'm like, yo, this linebacker weighs 230.
Yeah.
A middle linebackers are weighing 220 something. 230.
Oh yes, definitely, and they're getting slimmer.
They're getting slimmer. These dudes are
more and more. They are more and more needed for pass coverage.
Yeah, exactly, because they're moving towards just like straight passing at this point.
They're moving towards a base nickel league.
In essence, that's a very good way to put it.
Yeah,
that's a pretty good way to put it.
Yeah.
Definitely.
So
that's interesting.
Yeah. But as we said, they're moving on. We're going to start moving on here, and